Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the final part of this Sonic Universe arc. Will it be satisfactory, or just meh? I should warn you that there will be major spoilers related to the end of the Shattered World Crisis, so if you want to wait until my review of Sonic 287, which will come out in 2 weeks at the time of this video's release, then it would probably be a good idea to exit now. If you don't care about spoilers, we'll get started. But before we do that, let's recap the previous issue. Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, and Rouge fought to break Omega out of Walter's crystal control, while Walter himself tried and eventually succeeded in reassembling the Master Emerald. Omega's eventually freed, and he blasted away into Walter's hideaway, only for the group to get crystallized by a Master Emerald-empowered troll wizard. Walter's so happy that he's won, he decides to use the Master Emerald's power to call his sister Wendy to gloat. Wendy doesn't care. In fact, she gloats that she's now a member of the Eggman Empire and wants to know where he's at so she can deliver the Master Emerald straight to Eggman. Walter hangs up on her. Still, he's not going to let family squabbles ruin his plans for the Master Emerald and his 5 captors. As the panel zooms in on Knuckles, we're treated to a flashback of him and Amy heading towards West Side Island. This provides 2 things. First, we find out how the two have been traveling the world. Amy's pink cabriolet, or cabriolet if you want to pronounce it that way. Specifically, the one from Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. And second, it provides us with a heart-to-heart conversation. Knuckles admits he's terrible at guarding the Master Emerald. I don't blame him given the amount of times it's been stolen or shattered. Amy, however, doesn't see Knuckles' situation as horrible given the lifestyle he leads. She also explains why people like Sonic and Knuckles inspire her. No matter what, they keep fighting. And it's those last few words that ring in the Echidna's head, allowing him to gain a second wind and bust out of this crystal prison. Walter's long gone along with the Master Emerald and Amy. Knuckles breaks Team Dark out and uses his Emerald Radar to determine the Big Green Rock's location. Omega provides a shortcut. We see Walter push Amy towards a familiar-looking teleporter when Omega's blast cuts him off, and almost vaporizes Amy, something Knuckles actually calls Omega out on. Regardless, the engagement against Walter begins. Knuckles frees Amy and thanks her for the inspiring words. Walter tries to gain control of Omega again, but Amy blocks the blast with her hammer, with the unintentional side effect of giving it an upgrade. And Amy knows exactly what to do with this thing. In a desperate move, Walter transforms into Sonic in order to mess with Amy emotionally. Here's your big mistake, Walter. You're dealing with comic Amy. While she does like Sonic, she has a lot more common sense than her game counterpart. In fact, she's going to humiliate him by not hitting him. These two, on the other hand, are more than happy to pound something that looks like Sonic. Rouge notes that while Walter has some power, he's not as dangerous if he's nowhere near the Master Emerald. Team Dark will keep Walter at bay while Knuckles and Amy take the Emerald back to Angel Island. As I said earlier, this teleporter looks awfully familiar. I wonder where it leads to. No joke, it does take them to Angel Island Sky Sanctuary. Good thing too, because they are witnessing the world reforming itself and Angel Island's falling. Knuckles and Amy haul the Emerald across the island to get to the altar, even passing Relic and Fix-It on the way. All while Team Dark beats Walter into submission. Knuckles and Amy make it to the altar just in time, and Angel Island escapes being swallowed by the planet. Relic and Fix-It catch up, and introductions are made. Amy contacts Team Dark, who informs her that Walter's down for the count and will be imprisoned by Gun. Amy also asks them for a ride home because she doesn't want to use the teleporters again. Knuckles thanks Amy for all the help as everyone watches the planet heal. Later at a tea party, everyone shares their stories of recent events. Amy reports that Walter will not be going anywhere. The Hidden Palace, or Hidden Caverns as they call it, will be properly surveyed, and the king offered Team Dark a reward. Shadow and Omega don't care for one. Rouge, on the other hand, is content with a giant green gem. The king offered Knuckles assistance in guarding the Master Emerald, but he refused. Sonic's comment about Knuckles is actually a nice callback to what Amy said in the flashback. Sonic teases because he cares. The king makes a note that Rouge wasn't the only one to take a giant green gem from the caverns. Which brings us back to Angel Island. Fix-It is unable to determine if the emerald on the altar is real or fake, and Knuckles is not telling. Spoilers, it's the real deal. Having a decoy on the island will make it difficult for thieves to steal the Master Emerald in the future. After Relic and Fix-It leave, Knuckles thinks to himself that he's not perfect at his job, but the Master Emerald's back, and he'll be keeping Angel Island safe for as long as possible. As far as endings go, this one's okay. Some might find it disappointing for various reasons, but I thought it was fine. I mean, we can't have an iconic game location destroyed now, can we? One of the things that helped this arc was the dynamic between Knuckles and Amy. They've had great chemistry, and I wish we could have seen just a little bit more of it. Team Dark's ultimate purpose was to keep Walter at bay while Knuckles and Amy returned the Master Emerald. While they could have been taken out of the story, who would you want to replace them with? Sonic and the Freedom Fighters? They were busy fixing the planet. Well, how about Cream Big and Jimmerol? They were busy with Eggman's badniks. Really, I can't see anyone replacing Team Dark. What I thought would happen was Shadow would help Knuckles get the Emerald back to the island via Chaos Control, thus resolving some of the tension they had earlier. Instead, we get the Sky Sanctuary teleporter. Contrived? Maybe, but a previous issue established evidence of the Troll Civilization's presence on Angel Island, so having a Sky Sanctuary teleporter in Sonic 2's Hidden Palace wouldn't be too far-fetched. Does this mean Walter planned on making Angel Island his hideout? Well, good thing Knuckles and company interfered. You might think, oh, Walter might have restored Angel Island. 1. There's no guarantee that would happen. When Knuckles and Amy returned to the island, the planet was putting itself back together, so there was a ticking clock. And 2, even if Walter was able to restore the island, it would be under his control. Still, it's a good thing Walter's losing streak continued, and he's now in Gun's custody, while his smarter sister's hanging out in the Eggman Empire. The ending. First, I will say that this is not the first time a story plot in one book spoils a plot from another. For example, Sonic Universe 59 revealed the planet in pieces, and it was released before the event happened in Sonic 256. It's something you have to expect with 2 stories and 2 books set around the same time, released at different intervals. With that said, I'll save my comments about the Shattered World Crisis for Sonic 287. Knuckles taking one of the giant gems and using it as a decoy was actually a smart move. While a genius might figure out which emerald is real or fake, it's going to make stealing the Master Emerald harder in the future. I'm giving this a 7. Again, it's a good ending, and it's a nice look into Knuckles' character. While he admitted he's a screw-up at his job, the guy always made sure the emerald's back where it belongs, with the occasional help of some friends. In this case, Amy Rose. When we return to Sonic Universe, we'll be starting a brand new arc. I will leave you with a clue on its stars. While they haven't found Eclipse, I'm sure Team Dark's content with a Troll Wizard as a consolation prize.